Is Texas becoming the next California? For now, California is still the most populous state in the United States of America. But why did I say for now? Well, it appears Texas is upping its game in all respects. For now, however, Texas has some 10 million residents less than California. Yet the recent influx of people to Texas begs the question, is Texas becoming the next California? This is about whether Texas will completely close up the population gap in a matter of decades by attracting more individuals and companies. We pick interest in this debate that has also caught the interest of experts in many fields. In this video, we'll try to analyze reasons why some think that Texas is becoming the next California. California-Texas correlation. The question becomes more interesting because the two states are the most populous in the United States. California has over 40 million residents, while Texas has a population of 30 million. They both have been in long competition to attract companies and talents. According to data from the 2020 US Census, Texas is attracting more people, including Californians, while Californians are losing more people to other states, including Texas. Worthy of our attention is also the total area of the two states. Texas occupies an area of 268,597 square miles, while California is as big as 163,696 square miles. While California has the largest population in the country, its size is way smaller than Texas. Now, can this not mean that Texas has more space to handle more influx? After all, it's the largest state in the country. Another correlation between Texas and California is that both of them used to be under Spain and Mexico. They also have a kind of nation-state identity, something uncommon among other states. Whatever happens in one affects the other. For example, when home prices go up in California, more people move to Texas, and when the prices go down there, it's vice versa. Are people living in California for Texas? Before the year 2018, the answer wasn't clear as the influx of Californians to Texas was fluctuating. Since 2018, the migration from the West Coast state has been steady, giving Texas a swell moment in comparison with California. As several companies moved to Texas, many of them from California, in the last few years, the population of Texans witnessed a surge. Meanwhile, for the first time in almost 200 years, California's population has stopped growing. Are there figures to support this? According to the migration figures from the chart released by the US Census Bureau covering 2005 to 2019, the net movement of people from Texas to California was between 45,000 and 50,000 from 2018 to 2019. That figure is about 1% of Californians. According to the chart, 2005, 2007, when it first crossed the 40,000 mark, 2010, 2013 and 2016 also saw high migration, though not as high as in 2018 when it peaked. What we just gave you is only net migration, the number of Californians moving to Texas minus the total number of Texans moving to California, based on state-to-state migration figures. How would it look like if you had gross exodus figures, the total number of Californians moving out? It'll be clearer that Texas is becoming the next California. In the chart I earlier referred to, the number of Californians moving to Texas has gone remarkably up, while the number of Texans moving to California remained about the same over the past 15 years covered by the chart. That's quite interesting because it's not just in the last 2 years mentioned earlier. During those 15 years, between 35,000 and 40,000 Texans moved to California every year, irrespective of economic and political situations, including the Great Recession of 2007 to 2010 and the drop in oil prices that began in 2014. So the Texas-California move is steady, defying larger economic forces. On the other hand, the California-Texas move ebbs and flows. It wasn't consistent even during the last recession and oil price change. It's been fluctuating up and down. But in 2018 and 2019, over 80,000 Californians moved to Texas, a new peak since 2006. Why are folks leaving California? This is another interesting factor. We found that though Californians are moving to Texas, the driving force is not always a pull into Texas, but it's sometimes a push out of California. While there is a kind of Texas appeal, there are factors pushing Americans out of California. One major factor is home prices. In California, there can be a huge disparity in home prices. This places an unconscionable burden on younger families and newcomers, thus stagnating migration to the state. For instance, the California Association of Realtors once reported that the median price of a single-family home went as high as $758,990 there. Shocking as it may be, it's by no means an isolated case in recent times. California has surely had it rough in a couple of years. Hey, don't lay on the feet of that determinant of the price of oil. Looking deeper will reveal a couple of subtle wrinkles underneath. Whatever the case, we know that California is unwittingly or deliberately purging the poor and the most vulnerable. Why are they moving to Texas? There is every reason to move to Texas from everywhere, California inclusive. Thus, Texans can rightly boast, everything is bigger in Texas. They pride themselves not only in their size as the largest state, but also in factors drawing people to their state. For instance, Austin, nicknamed Silicon Hills, has been a location eyed by many tech companies. And these factors are not unconnected with successes being recorded by Texas in recent times. Among them are the benefits residents stand to gain by living in the largest exporting state. Texas is also one of the manufacturing powerhouses. This is creating thousands of lucrative jobs yearly, thereby increasing its workforce. Added to that is its status as a global oil superpower, rivaling some OPEC members. This is stimulating growth among other sectors in the state. The low tax caused by a lack of personal state income tax is strong enough to draw people. This contributes to the generally low cost of living in the state. There is plenty of low-cost homes in Texas as opposed to high cost of renting or buying in California. Texas is also a family-friendly state, a state with all you need to raise your family, including modest schools, affordable healthcare, and cheaper utilities. Not many states in the country combine all these factors. Those with aversions to laws will find Texas more attractive than any state as there are simpler, fewer, and friendlier state rules. Added to all that, there are plenty of big cities in Texas giving migrants a wide of options to choose from. We've mentioned this and many others in a video about why Texas is so successful. I encourage you to see this video and understand why those leaving California are moving to Texas. Now, if California is pushing people out of its state for the reasons mentioned and Texas is pulling Americans from everywhere, what do you think will happen? Logically, while California will experience a population reduction, Texas' population will increase. The Lone Star State should normally be among the highest beneficiaries, if not the highest, of the exodus from the Golden State. The Big Movers. Perhaps the movement of big movers from California to Texas is what mostly validates the question, is Texas becoming the next California? The business decisions of Elon Musk, co-founder of Tesla and SpaceX, are devoid of mistakes in most cases. His recent move from California to Texas, where his business priorities are located, is a loud answer to that question. Texas is home to the Tesla Cybertruck and SpaceX's spaceport. Tech companies Oracle and HP Inc. are also among the big movers who have relocated their headquarters to Texas. CBRE has done the same. Following suit also is Japanese automaker Toyota, which has chosen to move its North American headquarters from California to Texas. It appears these companies are taking the advantage of not only the ample housing and lower cost of living in Texas, but also its business-friendly environment. Only time will tell what Facebook and Google will make of their fight for downtown office space as big as more than 1 million square feet. Both companies are looking for additional properties. They, like every company, just want to establish and expand their presence in Austin, according to Job Hammond of the Austin Board of Realtors. These big movers are constantly looking to diversify their talent base. Meanwhile, in many industries, California is a mature market. It only makes sense for companies to look elsewhere if they need to continue expanding their access to talent. Given the facts presented here and in your view, is Texas becoming the next California? Please allow us to learn from your thoughts by kindly sharing them in the comment section. Thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell.